Hi there, gaming buddies, it's Winter in Finland, making another video response tonight. This one to bash BusyNet on giving and taking criticism. It can be tough, especially if it's criticism aimed at you that is not constructive. Um, this is most often a personal problem, or a problem between you and someone else. They have taken some kind of offense, however slight uh, or bizarre. You know, some people get angry if you misinterpret the rules. Uh, so, and they go off and they make a list of your mistakes and they want to go over them with a fine-tooth comb. Those are, I mean, that's pretty extreme, but it can happen. But when the criticism is constructive, that is when someone is approaching you, whether you're the player or the GM, and they're obviously not trying to hurt your feelings or anything like that. They're acting sensibly and they're not talking down to you or anything like that. Uh, you have to make a conscious effort to silence that nagging little inner voice that is trying to bring up this barrier that shuts down any criticism, because it's important, especially to the game master, to receive that criticism. Because that criticism can be about something that you have not, like Bash said, not considered, might be so important in fact that it saves your game if you fix it. Especially for a new game master, this is crucial. You need the feedback. And you know what I would say to those new game masters is that ask for criticism, and when you ask, be open enough to accept it. If you ask for it, you're probably gonna get it. Like I when I started making videos on YouTube, I sent personal messages to a couple of guys that I really liked their videos, and I asked them for advice. And lo and behold, because they are nice guys and they know their stuff, they sent me advice, criticism, things I was doing wrong, and things where I could improve. I was thankful for that. That's what I wanted. You have to be willing to accept the criticism, especially as a game master. But it can be just as important as a player, because if there's something where you can improve, another player might see it where you do not, because they have a different perspective. But if they share their perspective with you, it might open whole new doors for you. You might think, well, actually, my character has been acting that way for a while now, and what they just said could be the reason. What if I go into that direction from here on out? You might discover a whole new motive or whatever. But yeah, being aware of a problem is, of course, the first step. And new players, this happens all the time. I imagine I haven't had brand new players in a while, but you have to take it slow with them. And when it comes to things like metagaming, I mean, that is serious, because it is going against the very idea of pen and paper role playing, the metagaming aspect of it. But as you said, you can't shame people. You have to bring these things up outside the game, not in front of others. Um, but what I would say is, yeah, instead of bring up concerns that you have instead of problems. Um, I'm concerned that this and this is not working right, or that there could be this could be improved, and give them advice in a friendly and respectful way. Again, don't talk down to them, but make sure that they understand if they're a new player, whether to the group or to the entire hobby. If they're new to the hobby, let them know, hey, it's okay. Everyone had to start this hobby from scratch at one point or another. No one comes to this fully aware of all the different things that can happen and things that make up the game. You're still learning, and that's fine. But this is how clarify to them what the game is. You know, it's not a board game. It's not a computer game. It's pen and paper, and you're supposed to uh, create this character that is separate from you, uh, without your knowledge. They don't know what you know, and in part, you don't know what your character knows because your character is living in the world of that game. You're not. You're living in the real world. But there is a piece of you, of course, in that character. That's always some little part is there. But yeah, if you clarify that to them, I'm sure it will help. And if it's someone who is new to the group but already experienced in the hobby, and they're playing in a way that is different from what the rest of the group or most of the group is well, the style is different basically. uh, you should be open enough to tell them that uh, I understand that you've played these uh, earlier games you've had or have been like this, but in this group we have always been playing like this and for these reasons. And explain to them. Don't just say that yeah, you can keep playing like that if you want to play with us. That's gonna anger certain types of personalities fast, or just frustrate or completely shut down others. Like they might not even be offended, they might sort of be, again, embarrassed. Like, oh, damn, I was doing it wrong. I don't want to upset the guys, so I better go along with it. If you clarify to them, again, not what the game is like, but what the group is like, then, you know, they can understand and start slowly making their way into it. And if it's something that they can't get into, tell them that that's okay. If this is too different for you, maybe this particular game you don't want to play in it. We understand. But again, you have to make it their choice. You can't just shut them out. As for headstrong individuals, uh, with them, people who are really hard-headed, instead of starting with advice, I'd say start with questions. You know, things like, how do you feel that what you're doing facilitates the way we play this game as a group? You know, uh, ask first what it is that is sort of driving these actions that they are constantly making. And if they are constantly hostile to your ideas and advice, and don't want to and are not willing to sort of go along with the group, they may be a lost cause. That sort of player, I'm sorry to say, is poison. They don't understand, and don't misunderstand. Uh, I'm not saying that they can't be a good player or whatever, but maybe they are at a point in their life, or something is, they are stressed or whatever, or they're acting out, or it's just that their personality is sort of, you know, butting heads with yours somehow. There's some schism that has come up. It's sometimes you have to cut someone loose. This might be one of those cases, but you have to try, at least make the effort to understand them and help them, uh, inform them of what is happening, why it is happening, uh, understand why they are doing what they're doing. If they are not giving you reasonable answers that make sense, well, I'm sorry. Because guess what? I saw Emergent Play made a good response in your video, and he made a text response, and he said, as you know, different isn't wrong. There are many ways to play, and not all are right for you. Exactly, and some styles of play are just wrong. They're disruptive, antagonistic. Yeah. If someone is completely immune to criticism, they probably are not the right fit. I mean, this could even be a case where a player is wanting to run a game, so now they are sabotaging yours so that they can hijack the group. I've seen this happen. Uh, yeah, can be a problem, but yeah, overall you have to be an adult about it, even if you're a teenager. But yeah, be friendly, open, ready to sort of take on board what other people are uh, saying to you. Um, and if you ask for criticism, be prepared to get it. That's enough from me. So, bye.